this is something that I'm just sort of formulating in my brain over the last hour, trying to figure out where it's like, okay, I talk a lot about tribe. I talk a lot about community. I talk a lot about the opinions of people that matter. And for a very, very, very long time, up until the last 20 years, basically, the emergence of the internet, maybe even the last, I don't know how long social media, let's call it 20 years, like the first social media platform, like 2005, 2006 with MySpace, Facebook, or whatever. But now it's global. Now, you post something out there, you say some words, or you post a video, and it can be received by people halfway around the world that you've never met, never spoken to, you don't know anything about them, have anything with common with them, etc. So for the longest time, when you were to be getting feedback from people and you had people that were telling you things, because we didn't have the internet, it was a pretty much guarantee that the people that were making comments or the people that were giving you advice and feedback were the people in your own group, were the people in your own tribe. And so we've been conditioned for thousands and thousands and thousands of years to take that criticism because it's like, oh, well, I should be taking criticism and feedback from these people because they're doing it from a place of concern and they're doing it from a place of safety, or maybe I should listen to them because they are in my tribe. Versus now, there's all of these people that are on the outside. There's all of these people that have it makes no difference to them if you are poor or rich or homeless or live in a mansion or have a job or are unemployed or are fat or skinny or unhealthy or healthy. They don't care. Most people just want to have some sort of superiority over you. Most people will just want to look at themselves in the mirror and say, I'm better than all of these people. They'll say all this nonsense about, oh, like you shouldn't be telling these things to people because you're creating blah, 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 man. And it's like, they don't really care about that. They just want to have this false sense of superiority, but it still gets to people. And I'll read comments sometimes. I'm like, damn, dude, this dude is like calling me all these names or he's saying all these things. Like, God doesn't know the first thing about me. Like, I said something really innocuous on a social media platform, and like this girl is telling me that I should, suck start a shotgun. It's like, Jesus Christ. But I'm willing to do that. Like, I'm willing to take the hits. Like, I'm willing to be the brunt of all of this verbal nonsense to try and get the message out. And I'm not saying that I'm better than the guys out there that aren't willing to do that. I'm saying part of the reason that I am willing to do it is because I have my own tribe of guys and my own community that I actually do care about their opinions. And they're the people that I say, hey, man, am I off base on this? Am I going sideways on this? What do you guys think about this? What do you think about that? And I have my team and I have my advisors, but that's something I'm actively having to harden my mental state around. And that's the only way to get better at anything, is to completely subject yourself to it. That's why, like, I know some people say don't read comments, but I read the comments. I might not respond to all of them, but I read them. And the more I read them and the more I read the words, especially the asshole ones, the mean comments, so to speak, the less they affect me. Right. So if you're somebody that's sheltered, or you're somebody that never reads the comments, or you never hear somebody say anything bad about you, or you never hear a stranger talk shit to you or anybody in your life, then that's probably going to be pretty devastating. It's probably going to really throw you off. But if you're able to subject yourself to that and you can withstand it, you can eventually transcend it and move past it. Now, I'm not saying, guys, you should go out there and be like an unplugged martyr and go a bunch and make a bunch of content. What I'm saying is, like, you're going to get that no matter what. And it's very easy to succumb to and it's not anyone's fault but your own. It's not because you're mentally weak. I mean, that could be part of it. It's because you just haven't subjected yourself to enough of this nonsense or abuse, or you just haven't built up a tolerance to it. So on one hand, like, yeah, man, like, mentally harden the fuck up, and you can only do that by exposure. But at the same time, I understand there are likely underlying evolutionary psychological reasons why listening to people's comments telling us that we're a piece of shit and that we should go jump off a bridge, those affect us. Right. So logically, you're like, this doesn't make any sense. This guy's an outsider. Their opinion means nothing. But for, again, tens of thousands of years, outsiders haven't even had access to us to talk shit to us. So when anybody gives us any sort of criticism or feedback, our monkey brain is like, oh, this person matters. And what this person says is, affects me, and maybe I need to change my behavior. And I still think there are a lot of people out there that get into these online arguments and get into these online debates, or they get in debates with like family and friends that aren't doing anything that they would rather do, or aren't living their lives in a way that you would want to live your life, and it's keeping you from reaching your true potential. So much of this is cutting out the noise and cutting out the BS, and it's proven difficult. Like TikTok for sure. That's the place. I primarily use TikTok because I like the functionality of it. I like to be able to, I had a buddy on there that he posted 3 videos a day for like 90 days or something like that. And I think he got over like 100,000 followers, and he's built an entire business off just TikTok. And he's in like the mortgage business and finance sector. And he was just starting to reply to comments, and people would say, "Oh, well, I have this, and this. What do you think?" And he would reply and make a video. And so I've started kind of doing that. And, like I make 3 or so a day, and I'll get like 1,000 hits a day or something like that. And if you compound that, and I'm not doing it for like the women that are mostly replying. Like, you guys can go see the kind of people that are replying to my stuff. Like, there are very few people that are agreeing with me, but the people that are disagreeing are people that it's not surprising whatsoever. And you can go see what I mean if you go look at that. But the people that do agree, it's like, oh, yeah, this guy looks like he lifts weights. This guy looks like he has a high degree of autonomy and high agency. This guy looks like he, understands and accepts personal responsibility. And this guy's probably a winner. Right. So, but the people that are disagreeing, I'm looking at them like, yeah, these guys are probably losers. So I think the point being that so many people are still stuck and are not able to get to that next level that they really want to get is because they're allowing people's outside influence, and they're allowing people's comments to still hold water and to still pull them down into the bucket of crabs. And listen, I don't care how mentally strong and mentally tough you are. I don't care that you think you're this Christian Bale, James Bond, John Wick, Sigma male, mentally just impenetrable force that is completely impervious to any sort of criticism whatsoever. You're BSing. You're a liar, because humans at the end of the day are still social animals, and we still take the opinions of people into consideration. We have to try and actively reject opinions that are coming from people that are not living the lives that we want to live, or that don't share the same opinions as us, or that we just don't value whatsoever. So it's kind of this catch 22. It's like, oh, naturally, I have this intake form where it's like anybody that says anything to me is in my tribe, therefore I take what they say seriously. But then you look and say, no, 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 this person doesn't look like how I want to look. I don't know who they are. They're a complete stranger. I shouldn't listen to them. And sometimes it's hard for people to logically get there. And so my whole point of making these posts and sifting through all this nonsense is just to try to find the right people, because I know there are men out there. And it's what's funny is like you see this shaming language that they'll try to use, like, hey man, you're getting ratioed. Like, there's no likes on your stuff and there's a whole bunch of comments. Maybe you should talk about something else. It's like, that's the whole point. The whole point is I know I'm doing something unpopular. And I know that there are guys out there that need this message to reach them. And I know that there are guys out there that think these things and that truly live these things, but because of fear of social ostracization, because of familial pressure or a job or other social issues, they have no other outlet and they don't know this stuff out there exists, or they do and they have this feeling, but they don't know that there are other men out there that think in the same way, and they don't know that there's a place for them to come and discuss their issues, do things that are going to make them a better man, improve themselves physically, mentally, psychologically, romantically, financially, all of these areas that we work as a community to help guys level up. So that's something I think everybody should consider. It's like, who are you really listening to? Are the people you're taking cues from? Are they people that you would trade places with? If the people that you're accepting criticism from, are they outsiders? Are they insiders? Do you have the ability to reject what these people say? Because guess what? They don't care. And if what you'll notice is there's an ever moving goalpost, like will make up their mind about you based on their own preconceived notions. I have I don't know if it's ever happened where somebody has said something to me on like a video or a TikTok, And they're like, you probably live in your mom's basement and you probably this, you probably that, or like this and that or whatever. I'm like, no, like I have my own apartment, I pay for it myself. I'm good. Right. Clearly they're wrong and I'm right. But I've never had somebody go, "Oh, okay, that then carry on. I was wrong, you were right. I apologize for making an assumption." There's always this moving of the goalposts. It's like, "Oh yeah, well, it's probably your dad's money." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, my dad's dead, whether he is or not." "Oh, well, and your mom, like then you probably got it through inheritance." It's like, "No, like my family was poor." "Oh, well, then you probably, got it from the government." There's this never-ending special pleading that they'll do. So that's why it doesn't behoove you to listen to those people.
All right, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full-length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one-on-one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the courses tab. Newer to the channel, hit subscribe.